Hey everybody, this is Mattie with Altcoin Buzz. Hope you're having a fantastic day and a fine start to your week. We're taking a look at a number of different stories today, including this one by Luke, who's giving us practical tips on how to passively mine cryptocurrencies using our computer. So we'll take a look at that story. We'll take a look at Licia's take on the state of cloud mining and why she feels it may no longer be an endeavor worth pursuing. Of course, this comes in the wake of all kinds of hash flare news. First, they canceled their Bitcoin contracts, and then they came out with an announcement this week that, last week I should say, that they're all of a sudden reviving their SHA-256 mining contracts. So there's a lot of different speculation and talk about the cloud mining space. We'll take a look at what Licia has to say. We'll also take a look at Block Cloud. It's the third installment in our ICO review series. We'll give you guys our thoughts. There's a full review that we did on the Block Cloud ICO project. So we'll let you know what the Altcoin Buzz team has to say about that. But we're beginning, as always, on altcoinbuzz.io with this article by Christopher. Gibraltar football team gets paid in crypto. So a very progressive precedent that's been set here. Very, very interesting development. So Gibraltar United will be one of the first sports teams to get paid in cryptocurrency in their next season. The owner of Gibraltar United, Pablo Dana, an investor in the digital currency Quantocoin, announced a sponsored partnership and says all player contracts will include payment agreements in cryptocurrency by next season. This is not the first time crypto finds its way into sports. Back in December of 2017, Niklas Nicolaisen, a Danish crypto billionaire and co-owner of the Rungsted Seer Capital ice rink, changed the name of the arena to Bitcoin Arena, and some players are even getting paid in Bitcoin. So you can read a little bit more about the stats associated with the team here, but Pablo Dana says that the use of cryptocurrencies has given the club the ability to pay foreign players who are unable to set up a bank account in Gibraltar, and theoretically with the use of cryptocurrencies, players would be free from taxes as well as a way to end illegal payments to clubs and agents and therefore fight corruption. So I'm not sure how much Gibraltar United wants to advertise the fact that, hey, this new payment structure means that our players won't be paying taxes. But aside from that, I'm pretty much on board with the initiative. It sounds like a great idea. Dana says Gibraltar offers the perfect environment. Quote, "It was the first place that regulated betting companies 20 years back when everyone was seeing them as horrible. They put compliance and anti-money laundering regulations and created a platform. They have the intelligence to do the same with cryptocurrencies." So, interesting story here. And I think, again, I used the term progressive. I think that's what it is. I think this sets a precedent in this space. The question to you guys that I have is, would you accept your annual salary in the form of cryptocurrency? What's unclear to me is whether or not these players are going to be receiving payment in the form of Quantocoin. If it were up to me, I would have no problem receiving my salary in cryptocurrency. However, I would not opt for Quantocoin. No offense to Mr. Dana, but I would look at Bitcoin. I would look at Ethereum, maybe a top 10 or 20 crypto for those projects that I'm pretty keen on, but certainly not Quantocoin. So my question to you all out there in the Altcoin Buzz Army, number one, would you want to accept your salary in terms of crypto? If you view it as an appreciating asset, then I think it's a very, very solid strategy to make that arrangement for sure. But number two, if you said yes to number one, then what crypto would you choose to accept your salary in? You don't want to go too risky, but at the same time, you want room for growth, right? So you can read more about that here. Of course, we will include links to all of these in the description below. In other news here by Luke, use your computer to mine cryptocurrency and start earning Bitcoin. So very interesting passive strategy that Luke has laid out for us here. In the early days of Bitcoin, when the currency wasn't as popular as it is today, you had the possibility to use your own computer for mining. Today, due to the enormous amount of GPU power that is needed, mining with your personal computer is no longer an option. If you want to mine Bitcoin, you first have to spend a lot of money on specialized equipment or rent this equipment and participate in a mining pool. Luckily for you and me, Honey Miner wants to offer everybody the possibility to mine, even with a less powerful computer. So what is this all about? Honey Miner, how does it work? Honey Miner is designed to make it very easy to mine cryptocurrencies and is largely targeted at people who want to dip their toes in the water without having to invest a chunk of cash. Basically, the only thing you have to do is download the free Honey Miner app, which currently is only available on Windows, although a Mac OS version is coming soon. Downloading Honey Miner takes less than a minute and only requires a valid email address. After downloading, Honey Miner allows users to participate in a dynamic mining pool by running the app when the computer's graphics processing unit isn't in use processing images or videos. So This is the kind of thing, if you're a hardcore Bitcoin miner, you have 100 different rigs set up and you know what you're doing, you're working on a quasi-industrial scale, this probably isn't for you, right? You're hardcore enough, you know the drill, you know what to do, you're comfortable as is. But for those that want to just, even as Luke said, dip their toes in the water on a more casual basis, then this could be a good way to do it. And it's a quick and easy download. It's something you can kind of familiarize yourself with, and in that process also familiarize yourself with the cryptocurrency space at the same time. So start mining cryptocurrency right now. Honey Miner makes mining and earning money simple for anyone with a computer. So if you're on the spectrum and you lean more towards the beginner side, you want to see what this is all about and get a feel for how these things work, then this could be an interesting option for you. It could be a gateway drug into the mining space. And of course, we're going to link to this in the description below the Honey Miner website. Now, in related news, but on the flip side, on the cloud mining side of things, we have a different take here by Alicia. Maybe you should stop mining and wait. So what is this all about? Miners all around the world disunite. According to the latest estimates, mining is not a lucrative activity and will not be until Bitcoin starts trading at $9,000 at least. So cloud mining, it's a service that enables users to rent basically the hashing power of machines, has become a popular undertaking, but new evidence casts doubt on whether it is such a worthy activity after all, especially since Hashflare has recently announced that it terminated its cloud mining Bitcoin contracts. Now, more recently, it has reinitiated them, to be fair, but yes, that was big news last week that it terminated its SHA-256 mining contracts, which were set up to mine Bitcoin. The primary reason for that is that it no longer pays off. Now, while the public has just concerns about the quality of the project, one thing remains clear, and that is that cloud mining will not be able to turn a truly profitable venture unless Bitcoin is worth $9,000 at the very least. For the miners to break even, the sum should be $8,900. So there's your break-even cost. Now, this is not to say that the Bitcoin break-even cost is $8,900, but it is the cost for cloud mining, which has all kinds of, a few different variables and a few different expenses that have to be factored in. Quote, most importantly, with the Bitcoin price down, it's actually very difficult to make a profit mining Bitcoin in this way. Unfortunately, it costs more to utilize cloud mining services than the actual value you get back out of it, writes Crypto Daily. As blocks become more complex to solve, more power is required, which inflicts a greater cost on the cloud miner. Since the reward is of a low price, and this is referring to the Bitcoin price, which is obviously lower than it was back in January or December, because of that, the entire system seems to be pointless. So, as more people enter into the space, there's more and more hashing power that enters into the space, more processing power. That means that in order to keep things balanced and maintain equilibrium, you got to raise the difficulty to make sure that the nodes in the blockchain of Bitcoin are separated evenly at 10 minutes, right? They're always aiming for that 10-minute interval. And as a result, there's been all this increase in hash power. You have an increase in difficulty correspondingly. And if you look at the last 3 months, there's been a 47.92% increase in difficulty. So that's just been crazy, crazy increases. Most recently, yes, there's been that small decrease, but overall, you've had a 47, nearly 50% increase in difficulty over the last several months. So that has really thrown this whole business model out of whack, admittedly. Now, how are things going to recalibrate? Is there going to be a way for the cloud mining companies to adapt? Maybe, but maybe not. That's the free market, right? And even if the price of Bitcoin for traditional miners is too low and the hash power is too high, the difficulty is too high, I'm a big believer in free market economics. I think things are going to rebalance themselves and people are going to pursue those opportunities that are most lucrative. So if one day, imagine that Bitcoin continues to plummet in terms of price, difficulty continues to rise. First of all, I think that's unlikely. But if that is the case, then people will just redirect that hashing power to something else. And as a result, you're going to see a decrease in hashing power if the price continues to go down. Although, again, I don't think that is the case. I'm just giving you guys an example of how I view things. That's my free market economics perspective. If you disagree with it, that's fine, of course. But let me know what you guys think about this whole cloud mining situation in the comments below. Finally, today, guys, we have our third installment in our ICO review series. We're looking at Block Cloud. And as always with this stuff, it's a very detailed review. We take a look at the team, the business and marketing and commercial initiatives, the advisors, the technology, some of the partnerships that they've arranged in the space and that they've secured. So this is a very categorically quantitative detailed review. We encourage you guys to take a look at the whole thing here. We have all kinds of links and all kinds of additional information that you can look up. We're not going to be able to look at much of it right now, but in a nutshell, what is BlockCloud? It's a blockchain-based advanced TCP/IP architecture which aims to solve the challenges associated with the Internet of Things sector, such as frail connectivity for scalability, absent trust, cracked security, and broken business models. BlockCloud aims to solve these issues through implementing service-centric networking and blockchain to empower the Internet of Things. If you want to read more about that, again, check out our review in its entirety. Also, check out the BlockCloud website, which I must admit is pretty sharp. You can take a look here at the application scenarios of the project, the different advantages, Advantage 1, Advantage 2, and all kinds of different advantages of the technology. Take a look at the core team, of course. Take a look at the technical advisory board and the advisors in general. It's quite a robust project. It's got a lot of potential. None of this is financial advice, of course. But if you are interested in the ICO space, then do be sure to check out our review and check out the BlockCloud project, which we will be linking to in the description below. And as always, guys, make sure you're following Altcoin Buzz News and Altcoin Buzz on Twitter to be up to date with the latest happenings in the crypto space. Hey, if you like this video, leave us a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel, but do be sure to click the bell as well, because that way you're notified to all the new content which we put out. We put out new videos, guys, every day, as you know. So with that, if you choose to invest, members of the Altcoin Buzz Army, I wish you happy investing. We will see you again soon in a new video. Have a great day. Take care. See you soon.